All right, I'm finally take the boat out on the water. Finally had some good time. The weather held up here, and I took all my equipment off, like the trolling motor here and where my fish finder go. So today is just going to be a review with the boat in the water. So we're gonna start from scratch. First thing I like to do before I even take the boat out, make sure I got everything tightened down. I double check to make sure that the drain plug is in, the bracket on the motor's in, motor's secure. Same thing with here. Everything's tightened down. Tires are good. So let's put everything on my boat and get it ready. So excuse for this video, I'm not quite sure how it's going to look. I got a GoPro. I'm not quite sure how it's going to look with this been on top of my head. So I'll just do my best to try to make this video with it on the water. So now I'm gonna take the boat, I'm gonna kind of wheel it down to the hitch. This boat is not that heavy, so you can pretty much control it. It's got a little weight to it if you're going downhill like I am, but I mean, you should be. Lock this in. So these latches, just easy to pull them off, take it off. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I got the camera to view it, but just take this latch off. Take this part off for the motor. All right, how you doing? All right. So now the boat is ready to enter the water. I like to do on my truck, I like to lay my bed down because I kind of turn around and like to look behind that versus using my reverse mirror. As you see, I'm lowering it down, it's not moving. So basically all I do is just take this off, and it may slide right into the water as I get into it. It's not quite yet in the water. Also, real quick, this aluminum get real hot, so I would definitely recommend putting like a pad or something like that to get in here. But let's fire her up. Make sure I'm in neutral, and this. So cranks right up real good. I'm gonna put it in neutral. It's in neutral. And see how it just slides right off real easy. And oops. neutral. Right now the boat's in neutral. So as you can see, it sets up real well. The motor's running real well. You know, of course, with any type of boat, whatever you put your weight on is going to lean. But when you lean, it's not like a lean to where you're going to fall off. There's a lot of stability in this. I'm in the very front of the boat. I don't know if you can see it. I just doing the diameter in the very front of the boat, and it just, I mean, sometimes I literally fish with my legs in between my trolling motor up front. So got the boat here, and I'm just walking along the side. Of course, like I say, you're gonna lean with any boat you get. The weight is gonna lean it, and I'm in the very back of it. And as you see, my balance right here in the boat. Same thing on this side here. It's balanced enough to where I'm balanced. And the front end is up, so let's take her for a spin so you get an idea of how she runs in the water. So I'm gonna put the boat, and again, this is a really no wake zone type of smaller lake, but for everybody that's watching, I'll try to take this full speed. And also this boat, it pretty much, you can get playing kind of easily, real quick. We'll see. So as far as the speedometer, I saw about 26 miles per hour. One thing about this motor, I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but this right here, if you can see it, this allows you to adjust the stiffness of the turn. So if I turn it all the way, it's so loose now when I'm steering it. But if I tighten it up, it's real hard to move. What that does is allow you, if you're going long distance and you want to keep it nice and tight, a lot of times you can, like, you know, you don't really have to steer it. Just I can show you exactly what I'm gonna tighten this down. And as you see, without me touching the steering wheel, got both my hands, it's pretty much staying on the straight path. And you can literally like get up and walk up here. It's gonna stay in that straight path. That's a good thing about it. I can turn around and look at it and it's standing on that. But the motor, again, right now I got a neutral, so this red button here, I'm not sure you can see it with my fingers pointing at it. If you just press this, it'll turn right off. And to crank it is, you may have to pull it 1 or 2 times, but as long as it's in neutral, and as long as this is on run, if it's on off, it's not gonna crank. This is always have to be on. Plus you got the cord that attaches it to you. So if you pull it, it's gonna automatically shut off. Say I got it on, just leave it like that. I'll show you. how it works. So as you see that it's up, as soon as I pull it, it's gonna switch off. So that's pretty much how this kill switch works. So let's crank it back on, we in neutral. So I cranked up the very first crank. Against the waves. Turns real good on the dime. Boat's not getting wet, turning on the dime. Go the opposite way. Once you get lined up with your boat, it's pretty much a cakewalk from here. Just kind of get in the middle. The guys on the underneath the boat will kind of guide you up in here. So the trick I do is I leave the motor kind of running a little bit, enough where a lot of times when you put your boat up here, it'll slide back down if you're doing it by yourself. So if you leave that motor running, it'll kind of give you the force to get up here. I literally can get off my boat, come down here and latch it up. And then once I at least have it on there like that, I can literally just go back in and shut the motor off. That's pretty much it. You can see that the bed of the trailer is sitting in between these grooves of the boat. Once that's in there, then you know it's set correctly. Boat is when she lick it, the level down is up. So it says right here. It's a quarter. And the first thing I do when I adjust my camera, if you can see it, is to put this in. Once I got it in, I lock it in. It's real simple. Just pull this up, and your motor's gonna sit right there. And again, make sure you have this turned to where this steering is tight. Once that's in there, everything else is a piece of cake. Take this, you wrap it around. So that ain't going nowhere. And your straps, make sure when you're putting your straps in, you don't want to have it too tight. I just put it nice and snug, not too tight that you have them there. So sometimes when you try to fold it in, if that's too tight, I loosen it up. You want it nice and snugged. And then I try to get the grooves, these parts to fit in between here. See, nice and snug, not too tight. That's perfect. Nice and snug. The motor's secure tight on the transom saver. So it's that simple.